Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Izzy's Gym podcast. It is episode 5. I know it's been a minute, but we had a lot of things going on here at the shop. So many new releases and events and things, but now we have a very special episode catered to those who want to get into playing card games or who are just new or just wanting to figure out what more is there to do besides collect the cards. So today I have a special guest with me today. I have Jessie, who is here with us today.
Everyone.
Jessie, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I just got a second place at the Gundam tournament, so we're riding high off that, and excited to be here with you, everybody.
Awesome. So Jessie, like he said, he's one of our Gundam players, but not only is he a Gundam player, he is a experienced card game player. He's played Magic, he's gone to big tournaments, and he has a lot of knowledge when it comes to trading card games and how to do well. So to all the new players out there, or the kids out there that are like, I have all these cards, these Pokemon cards, I trade with my friends, but sometimes they get bored of just looking at them. Well, there's plenty of more things you can do. So I guess today we have a variety of things to talk about. So Jessie, if you want to take it away, what's the first thing we should hit on?
Well, I think, growing your collection is always a positive. You don't have the cards, you can't play the game. So first off, having the cards, playing what you like, depending on what game it is. One of our PAs were nice enough to share some of their cards just to kind of show. He has this deck from Pokemon, but part of that is he's got to acquire 4 of the Dreepy or some of these bosses orders or Arven. The Pokemon players will know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but right. Aside from that, I mean, having the cards is big. Two, I think just gathering players on your same level. If you're new, pair up with someone that's also new. That way you guys can kind of combo back and forth. Right. I'm playing this one deck, you're playing this deck, let's see how it plays back and forth. A lot of it ends up boiling down to experience. You get more iterations of the game, you see kind of how it plays out, then you kind of pick up on different little combos and patterns in the card game, and you go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I've experienced exactly what you're talking about. I grew up playing Yu-Gi-Oh. That was my first. I'm gonna take a card game kind of serious because
For sure.
I'm the youngest of 3. I've got an older brother and an older sister.
Mm-hmm.
So growing up, we had our N64, but family road trips, we're playing Uno, we're playing Slapjack, regular card games. So I never was really introduced to the TCGs until some friends of mine were like, oh, the show we watch Yu-Gi-Oh, they're like, let's get the card game. So actually my brother got his first Blue Eyes deck. It was like the starter deck Kaiba,
back
options. In 2000 whatever. And then later on I got the Yugi one and kind of loved the magician motif and whatnot, and then just kind of stopped for a while. And then a friend of mine in freshman year high school was just like, yo, there's a place that they actually played. I'm like, oh, I didn't know people actually played. He's like, yeah, it's a comic shop. And I'm like, a comic shop? And they play cards? The concept was foreign to me, but that's how word of mouth with a lot of these things that we're into is what gets people there.
Absolutely.
That happens every week here at Izzy's Gym. There's new people coming in I heard about this from so-and-so, or I've never been into cards. I just knew it existed, but I didn't know there was all this you could do with it.
Absolutely. And you come to Izzy's and there's a card game out there for you. It doesn't matter if you play Pokemon, Magic, Gundam now, even Beyblades. That's not a card game, but there's a competitive scene for all of them. And definitely at the ground floor, you're kind of looking up at the mountain. You have all these experienced players that are maybe playing there. It might be a little intimidating. So when we first talked about sitting down here, I kind of came up with what if I was new, what would I have gone back to 14-year-old Jessie and said, hey, focus on these things and get better. So I actually wrote a couple of things down just to kind of go over. First off, if you're trying to be super competitive, take care of yourself. I know that's gonna sound crazy to everybody, but it's the better you sleep, you hydrate and eat, take a shower, you be fresh and ready, and then breathing's huge. You're just sometimes it's very nerve-wracking when you're sitting across from your opponent. You're like, I don't know how I'm gonna do, but we're gonna try. Breathing's the first step to maintaining that positive energy going
Yep.
forward. And the other thing too is like, don't be too hard on yourself. If you're new at this game, it's the first time you've ever done anything in the game, you know. So set realistic expectations, kind of like go forward from there, you know. Hey, I'm trying to get 1 win today. That's a goal.
I mean, that was me today. You know,
Yeah.
I went 1 and 3, but we're not going to talk about my records.
And
But I stayed hydrated, just like you said.
absolutely,
You know, we have these cool like mugs and cups and things here at the shop.
I'm a fan of mine. I got the dog mug. What do they call it? The shareholder cup.
Yeah, shareholder cup.
So
you know,
it's a great deal. You get
free
drinks.
refills for life. You know, it's just not trying to plug anything, but you know, this is the Izzy's podcast, so
All right. So
might as well.
aside from that, I mean, just kind of take it easy going in first. Maybe even ask somebody with more experience. Hey, how do I get into it? The people love their hobbies. They love to grow the community around them.
Mhm.
So, I mean, one more person, it's like usually you find an experienced player, they have extra maybe uncommons and common cards, and they can help you finish out your deck if you need that.
Right. That's one thing I will say about community. That's kind of the big focus of Izzy's Gym in a nutshell. We're part clubhouse, part, you know, store, part community space. You know, our slogan used to be, you know, a Pokemon store and so much more. But I think it's that's kind of changing to, you know, we're a cool hangout space that happens to sell stuff.
Yeah.
But I've seen time and time again with just new players coming and how our communities that are here, people come in and like, hey, what do you need? Or like, hey, like, are you missing something?
Yeah.
You know, like, or what? Let me see your deck. And as new kids or people are coming in, you know, you don't have to feel as intimidated when you come to Izzy's because our people are so nice. And I think that's unique about our store. Not going to speak for any other stores, but you know, the experiences I've seen and the stories I hear is that the communities that happen here are just awesome. So if you're out there and you're like, well, I want to be like Jescy one day and, you know, be good at all these card games and I don't know where to start. And I'm looking at this mountain when I hear about it. There really isn't a huge mountain to climb when you come to Izzy's Gym.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it would make it a lot easier anyway. Then the way I look at it is like, if I'm trying to get better, I want the best community around me, because that's gonna, they call it like the rising tide raises all ships, that kind of thing. So if I'm gonna be the best, I gotta beat the best. And it's like, I'm encouraged to like support the community, get those players off the ground running, and if they're missing a card, I'm more inclined to trade them what they need versus what I'm looking for, just because I need another player in the ecosystem that's gonna accomplish that goal.
Yeah. We had a guy today who missed out on the new release, and like someone just walked up to him with like all bulk commons, like a full box. It was just like, hey, you missed the release of the new set and probably don't have any commons here. And he was like, do you want me to keep the whole box? He's like, yeah, just take it. Like, these are all my extras. I don't need any of this. I got what I needed. So like, there's a lot of cool things that maybe don't get the spotlight, but that does happen in our community.
Yeah, that happened to my my little brother Tyler. Brought in their bulk commons on commons and was like, is anyone looking for this or in the new game? And he was brand new to the game, so he was very happy after that, including some rares there too. So I mean, community is a lot, and I would say it's everything for, you know, a card game. But moving on from that point, positive affirmations also, just like, hey, be positive about it. Like, you're here to have fun. Like, don't put so much pressure on yourself. I think when people make the jump from like, I'm collecting to like, I want to be competitive, they're like, I gotta be good right out of the gate. It's like, no, like this, like the people who are around you and are doing well have put years, if not in this game, then in another game. And the card games have their own kind of ecosystem where a lot of the experience you have translates across from Yu-Gi-Oh to Magic to Gundam to Pokemon. It's all a lot of mechanics that you see over and over again, but they're kind of rehashed and recycled for, you know, whatever game it's applying to. But another thing, the way you play is the way you practice. So like, if you're practicing a lot at home, one thing to do, you know, I'm not going to use that one, but just focus on like dexterity. Shuffling cards is a big part of the game, and the better you can get at it, like this is my deck, so like if I'm shuffling, I can riffle shuffle. I've practiced a lot of that. A lot of people frown upon it when you can see Angel's face.
I'm just because there's high rarity cards in there, and I'm just like
looking at me.
But again, that's another thing that people can get wrapped up in, you know, high rarity cards, you know, like, oh my gosh, this card's worth so much money, you're rifle shuffling, you're gonna bend it. the cards were made to be played first. I mean, yes, they have foils and make them fancy, but ultimately, like, the designers of the game were like, we're making cards to be played.
Yeah, and I mean, it just depends. Like, I'm in a place right now where I've shuffled thousands and thousands of times, and I know what I'm doing. If you're new at it, the best practical advice at getting good at riffle shuffling, which will make you a little bit faster, get a bunch of basic energies or lands or even like playing cards, like you know, at home,
like the cheap dollar store or whatever,
and then just start riffle shuffling them as like in your spare time. You got, you know, you're watching a movie or something, your favorite, you know, Pokemon episode, just start riffle shuffling and practicing. It like costs nothing to just do this all day, and you could do it on like cheaper cards or, you know, cards that you don't really care about, just to get good at it. And eventually, like the cards are made to be bent a little bit, so so long as you're like, you know,
there's that guy on social media, he had the full like max rarity whatever, it's like a One Piece deck, and then he had like no sleeves and he was riffle shuffling and everyone's like freaking out, and he takes the whole card and turns it into a C. He's like, cards are meant to be played, guys. And I'm just like sitting there like cringing the whole time in the video. I'm like, I gotta remember, at least it's not Gundam cards, you know.
Gives it one of these, like
he like real like, oh, I'll just like, man.
It's tough to watch sometimes depending on what kind of card, but part of the dexterity thing too is just remembering what your cards do and the mechanics behind it. And then also,
wouldn't reading be something to be good at? I know it sounds silly, but like reading the cards so many times, like I'll forget like what a card does, or like, oh, I have to read it, or like I thought I memorized it some way, and then I go back and read it. I'm like, oh, they're very specific on how they word certain things. So it's not just automatically do this. Like when this is like this, then automatically do this.
Last week I had a very embarrassing moment when I mistaked Earth Alliance with Earth Federation, and that cost me a little bit.
But they're both saving the Earth.
Yeah, I mean, not my Earth.
Oh man.
No, but a lot of preparation and dexterity also comes in the form of organization. So I have different kinds of tokens that I use in my decks. So like, I know the orange ones come from Striker Pack. I'm extra information, but these ones come from Striker Pack. When I play that card, I know I'm looking for orange, so I've like trained my brain. Oh, this is a shortcut I can make. I don't have to fumble around with cards or anything like that. I also have some other tokens. I've color coordinated my resource deck, which in Gundam, I mean, that's kind of like your energy base or your mana. You have your bases that are in different colors and your EX resource. I have everything color coordinated, that way my brain just shortcuts, hey, get the thing that's orange, like, and that's a good way to train your brain. It might not work for everybody, but it's a good start. You know, if you keep organized, good things will happen for you. Other than that, you also have dice. A lot of counting goes on in card games, so like you want a good dice to be able to, you know, keep count of things, or, you know, mark damage or anything like that.
Life damage counters, all that.
Yeah.
We use dice to, like, you know, determine who goes first or second.
Yeah, you're most of the time you're gonna need at least a pair of D6s, but there's a lot of cool sets of, you know, dice that come in 7.
And if you play Magic, you need like 1,000,000 dice. There's some decks where the whole thing is just dice everywhere.
Potentially.
I'm talking about you, Chris.
Right now there's a Ouroboros deck that's blue and green in Magic, and it's just dice everywhere for all your creatures. But so just depending on what you're playing, just come prepared with the things you might need, because nothing's gonna break your train of thought then, oh wait, I think I have a dice in my bag somewhere, and just like start looking for it.
Right.
So you want to focus on what's in front of you, so you can minimize as many decisions as you have.
So in dexterity, you know, you're talking about shuffling, you're talking about some of the like things that you need, like dice and whatnot.
Yeah. So
like a first time player is like, okay, I'm gonna go buy dice, okay, and I'm gonna practice like shuffle these cards. But one of the things that comes to mind is like, where am I gonna put this stuff? You know, like, so like we have a lot of cool things on the table here, and just like you have, so you're shuffling cards, but one of the things that will help is putting your cards in sleeves.
Yes, sleeves are a big deal, just to protect your cards when you shuffle, like I do, like riffle shuffle, or just shuffle in general, like a mass shuffle. The sleeves are going to protect the edges of the cards, so you could, you know, use them but still maintain their value over time. So that's always
and they also help them slide a little bit better when you are shuffling to an extent.
Yeah, and sleeve. There's no one size fits all sleeve. Some people like the texture. Some people like the colors. So it's we have a bunch over here just to kind of show, like, they come in all
colors.
Most of the sizes are the same, but some of the cuts are different. So like dragon shields have like a very basic outline cut. They look like this.
Yep.
You have heavy plays have like a rounded edge on them. I don't know if we have a good shot of that.
So
anywhere.
you can see this card. If you look at the corners, they're all like straight cut. And if you look at the bottom of this guy, I don't know if it's easy to see, they're like rounded.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that, but I'm a weirdo from what people tell me about that.
And sleeves, they're not crazy expensive. I mean, you got a $14 pack here, a $12 pack here, but even for the kids out there, and you can get your favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
And we have a ton of these, and these are like $3, and you get 100 sleeves in here, and you can sleeve up your whole deck.
And staying.
Or 65.
Yeah,
65, I mean, like,
sure.
Just buy however many you need,
And staying organized, like, I mean, there's a dice box that I have. Some of the Ultimate Guard stuff, I'm not sure if we carry that here, but some of them have a place you could store your dice too, so it keeps it all in one place.
I have mine's just like that.
Yeah, Game Genic also has some great products too that I'm a fan of. Like, I'm a heavy play stand, so I have all my stuff in heavy play, but I like their magnetic things.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool magnetic boxes and stuff, and then binders for your trades.
Yeah, if you want to, another way to stay organized is to keep your stuff in a binder. That way, your trades or the cards you can keep track of is just gonna, kind of keep it all there for you. Makes trades a lot quicker. If I know what I'm looking for, I can kind of look through and go, oh, that one, So that's a great way to stay organized.
And with the binders, like, you can do like themes, like, oh, these are all my fire types, these are all my like grass types, whatever. And it's a way to entice people to want to get the cards, because you're like, look at all the shiny ones, like you put them all towards the front, and try to like bribe them to get what you want from them. But that's what I do.
Yeah, I mean, I brought my Gundam stuff just because I think this makes sense for me. It might not make sense for everybody, but what I do is I'll like have multiple decks at the ready, but if I have all of my cards sleeved and ready to go, I can go look through really quick. Oh, I need this, and just pull however many.
And are you using the same color sleeves for all of them?
Yes.
See, I started to go down that trend, and I'm like, oh, there's so many cool colors. Like, I love blue colors. Then I was like, that silver one looks cool.
Yeah.
And now I have like a rainbow of random sleeves all over my desk at home, and I'm just like, oh man, this is a lot.
I've definitely been there before, and I'm of the idea, like, my wife Kelsey told me, Steve Jobs used to wear a turtleneck and the same pants every day just to minimize the decisions he has to make. It's the same thing. It's just like one sleeve, one color. I don't know. Mm-hmm. It works for me. So
that's good. So sleeves protect the cards when you shuffle. We're staying organized with our binders and our deck boxes and whatnot. Yeah. But a lot of times when you go places, you're playing at tables, or if you're at home, you're playing on your kitchen table, or you go to a friend's house, or you guys meet up at like McDonald's or something.
Yeah.
A lot of those places, the tables might not be the cleanest or the nicest, but we have a solution for that, and it is called playmats. So, or giant mouse pads. I mean, some people they use a mouse pad. I mean, you go on Amazon, you can find it, but they do make official. Like, this one's a Pokemon one here. We have a cool, fancy like Izzy's Gym one that we kind of made up here. It's kind of nice,
unique art.
But just like sleeves, they come in all different shapes and sizes,
and they do wonders to protect your cards from the environment that you're playing in.
Protect your cards. They're like kind of like grippy, so like when you're playing and moving the cards around, it's not sliding around everywhere either. And you look kind of cool when you roll up with your playmat. It's like, I'm official now. Like, I'm playing the game. No offense to the people that just use the plain table. You're trusting in that. But
I brought my favorite is the Doge meme. I've had this for about 14 years or so.
And I mean, they last. I mean, if you take care of them, I think some of playmats you can even throw them in the wash.
Yeah. If you spill
or
something on them.
Spill something on it, clean. So it's not the end of the world if you stain it. You can clean it and
for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm a sucker for like artwork.
Yeah.
So there's so many like custom playmat things you can do and
Start collecting
and then
too.
you'll have a ton of playmats, and then there's also storage tubes and backpacks, and like the rabbit hole of organization and protection is huge.
Yeah.
Especially like the kids who love Pokemon, they know what a slab is, right? You know, like, oh, it's a graded card, and you protect it, and you want to like, there's all these things to put those in.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of the same thing when it comes to playing, but this makes it so it's easier to play with them versus just look at them on the shelf.
Yeah, another thing I have, like, I bought one of these dueling guard bags.
Yeah.
They're sweet. So like, I don't know if you could.
So it's like a glorified
see
fanny
in there.
pack, right?
Yeah, kinda. It's a backpack. It's got room for 3 decks and then some side stuff. I keep my like battery charger in there in case I need it or any of those little things. And it's also got a little tube for my playmat. So, and you just sling it on your back. So
That's neat.
That's a really cool product that I enjoy. Yeah.
that's awesome, man.
Aside from that, I mean, taking some time to prepare and know the rules of the game you're playing is like huge. If you just know the whole card catalog, which I'm not encouraging everyone to know that, but if you knew all of the cards, you would know what they do and how they interact. You're gonna do better than worse.
Unless you're collecting Pokemon, because some people know all the Pokemon, but they never read what they do.
Yeah.
They just know like there's 228 cards in Ascended Heroes, for example, or whatever that is, the new set. Like they can know that number and know every single one because they've seen them all, but have they read every card? Probably not. But it helps.
And I know you said not to say any naughty words, but net decking.
Oh, net decking.
Yeah.
Okay, so like
I think it's a positive thing, but some card players don't like that.
Right. Some people are the purest of. So what he's basically saying is when you're building up your deck and what you want to play, some people fall into the habit of just, hey, I'm gonna go on YouTube and see what this person built, and I'm gonna copy that, and that's what I'm gonna play. Because you're going on the internet, for old people, and you're building a deck. But basically, I would say, use it as a guideline.
Yeah.
And then experiment with more things that you want to, do to the deck and whatnot. Don't let people put you down if you net deck and that's all you do. But that's going to get you further, faster of learning, like, oh, this is what this deck is trying to do. Maybe, I'm reading this card and it's better than that card, and it kind of does the same thing and it gives me an advantage. So I'm going to swap it out.
Or it also gives you the advantage of like, hey, these are the good decks that are playing. I want to play this other deck that's attacking those. So you can operate outside of
and that's what we call metagaming. No, just kidding.
Yes, we're getting deep.
We're
going to teach these kids.
And adults, anyone can start at any time. That's
kids
the
of
cool
all
thing
ages.
about this. Kids of all ages.
Yeah.
So you older kids,
practice also makes perfect. So like the more iterations of the game, the more you get to see, the better dexterity you get from shuffling cards and playing and knowing how they interact.
Go to a learn to play.
Yeah.
Here at Izzy's, we offer learn to plays for so many of the card games and stuff that we do. We ought to do one for Gundam.
Yeah.
We've actually grown our Gundam group. We do like a big once a month Gundam Clash. We've had about like 25 people show up to that. We do the release events with 20 plus players. So like there's a lot of people, but this last release on Saturday, we had some brand new people to the game show up. It was a sealed event, and they just kind of picked it up and learned. Today, we had people who've been playing for 2 weeks.
Cole does an incredible job growing the community, and I think I just see positive things going forward. I think we're gonna, definitely expand that number. So if you're into Gundam or just into card games in general, it's a great time.
Check out our social media. I mean, like we've got Pokemon Learn to Plays. Our Pokemon League leader Chris puts a lot of those things on. They'll do drafting events. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a Magic. Down the pipeline.
I'd be happy to help with that.
Yeah,
too.
we even done Beyblade. Beyblade's grown.
Beyblade was popping on Friday.
We
I was here.
hit a record milestone. So 3 weeks in a row, our record was 25 players for Beyblade.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome. Well, Friday, like us judges were sitting there, we're looking at the registrations, and people kept walking in, and before you know it, there was 40 people.
That's incredible.
To play, like not just 40 people, in the room at watching 20 people play. No, 40 players.
I mean, it's Sioux Falls in general. Like I think for card games, punches above its weight. Like as a city and a metropolis that like has card games going on, we definitely bring people that are excited to have a new hobby.
And there was new kids and new adults playing, couples. I mean, like all ages. here at Izzy's Gym, and that's kind of the beauty of this place, that like
Oh yeah.
you can walk in and see an older person with the same hobby as you
Yeah.
and make a new best friend,
Absolutely.
you know, and vice versa. Or someone can look up to you and be like, wow, I want to be like you, and it's a younger person. You get to pass on like how cool it is to the next generation of the greats, and who's going to be the next top player, you know, eventually one day.
For sure. Like, I mean, I always love interacting with people. Just, you know, hey, teach me what you know, or, you know, hey, I saw you do this thing. How did you do that? It's just like passing on the knowledge. It's like great.
And it's great. And I mean, I hear parents all the time, my kid tried sports, my kid tried this, but they're just so hooked on this. And now that we finally come here, like, this is where they want to be. And I understand them now. Yeah. And then I had a mom who was like, I don't know what it is, and he's in Boy Scouts, but he doesn't want to do that. He's here, and after tonight, like, if you need help or anything, I want to be a part of this, because this is great. And I was just like, oh wow, okay. She's like, I'm like, we could teach you how to like be a judge, you know, the score points and whatnot. She's like, sure, I don't know how to play, but if you just tell me what to look for, I'm down. So I'm like, that's another way of just building a community, because then the mom gets to bond with the son.
Absolutely.
With something that he likes, you know, and it's just cool that families can do that.
Yeah, and it's a safe environment to compete, you know, like people have that competitive edge. Like when I got a little bit out of, you know, the athletics range, the way I could compete is through card games, and that's kind of what I leaned into as an older person. and
in card games, you know, like we compete one up. There's really cool prizes, you know, at times, you know, like for us, you know, our Gundam stuff, we do like, you know, they send us promo cards and stuff like tournament kits, so you get like new cards, you know, maybe a different artwork or a fancier version or higher rarity. Some of them might be worth something, some of them are just cool because they're part of the game. But sometimes we'll do like, you know, bigger events, so like you may have to come and pay $5 to enter, but like you could get a huge model kit, or you could get like a nice trophy with your name on it. I mean, like, we're thinking of all kinds of things here at the shop of what we can do to make those type of events, you know, bigger and like more fun and exciting. Like in July coming up, we actually have IzzyCon coming, and for that we're planning all kinds of card game events, Beyblade events.
We're going all day.
And I mean, it'll be the first of its kind, you know, that's going to be like free entry, so people could come to the convention just for free. And then there's going to be a lot of free things to do and some paid tournaments.
Where's
it's going to be at the Premier Center, man.
Excellent.
Like it's going to be on a Saturday. We're going to open that thing up and just see people come. And I'm telling you, there's going to be Gundam thing, Pokemon, you name it.
Yeah.
So we're actually gearing up for that, and we're reaching out to vendors and people who want to like come and show their stuff. But I mean, the sky's the limit. Like, I was talking to one of the owners, and he wants to start getting like voice actors or like people from like pop culture stuff to come just on a monthly basis to the shop.
That'd be
to
cool.
Make Izzy's feel like a mini convention every weekend.
Yeah.
Which it kind of feels like that, which is cool. And I asked him, I was like, all right, so like, do you know any Power Rangers? just to see random. He's like, oh yeah, I actually met the Pink Ranger.
Nice.
And you know, I have her contact and everything. She's easy to book, so you know, we can get her. And I was like, you know, it's funny, there's a little girl that comes to Beyblade, and she's actually won before, and her like stage name that we call her is the Pink Power Ranger. So like, can you imagine, you know, her like wildest dream come true, that the real Pink Power Ranger is here, and she's like, I could just see it. I'm like, those kind of experiences, something that Izzy's wants to do. And I mean, like, just seeing how every event or card game or just community that started growing. I mean, Izzy's only been around since March 2025. You know, like not long at all.
1 year,
you
almost.
know, and here we are, you know, with like the most amazing of all the communities. It's a blessing to be where we're at, man.
For sure.
Which I think is pretty cool, and just getting to sit and talk with someone who's way more seasoned and has more under his belt than I do. You know, I kind of peaked at when Yu-Gi-Oh went to, you know, the Link monsters. We're not going to talk about that, but
yeah, ultimately, I mean, I think the goal is to have fun. Like, I mean, for me, winning is fun, but also just the experience in general, growing as a player and getting better. That's fun for me. Fun is not like winning in many different ways doesn't define a person. It doesn't, you know, carry on that weight. But having community does. And I think the big thing is like, if you want to learn, you want to get better at card games, and you know, come on down to Izzy's. Izzy's is a great place, and yeah, I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, and like you said, winning is cool. I mean, but we cheer for everyone. You know, there was a moment where like I ended up winning. Two weeks,
awesome.
and people are like, "Oh, look at that guy! He's the one who's won Gundam twice in a row. He's the champ." And I'm like, "No, I just got lucky." And then the very next week, I get destroyed, and then it's another losing streak for the next several weeks. But that's just how it is. So you try new things, you do all stuff, but everyone's just like, "No, you'll get better." Like, hey, like today, you're like, "Hey, let me look at your deck and let's like see what we can change out and whatnot."
For sure.
Maybe it'll do well next time.
I have a strong inkling that it will.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else you would think you would want someone either new or just not necessarily new, but like used to do it or wants to do it, or any other advice?
I have exactly the lamest answer for you. Study math. The better at math skills that you are, you will be better at the card games, just in general, because they're all everything is math in general.
So addition, subtraction, or are we talking like quantum physics?
Maybe not quantum physics. We're not there yet. But I mean, if you
in Magic Universe is beyond. No.
Yeah. There's that one card that's like n to the 1 power.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. But no, the better at math and probabilities you are, the more it'll translate into your game.
So like statistical math?
Statistical math helps a lot. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
See, I never liked algebra or anything like that because I don't believe numbers and letters go together.
Oh, card games is a fun way to do that. Literally, you get everything's a math problem and you're just trying to solve that math problem. You might not be thinking about it, but and then hey, parents out there, that's like a great way to think about it, is like, hey, you're training your kid to be better at math. Is like what better way than a card game?
I will say, like, card games with the rules and like how like order of operations, math,
so logic,
logic, and like how like you upkeep your cards, you draw your card, like there's what we call sequencing. Like if you attack this, then you gain this, and this, or if you don't do that and you do this other thing, you missed out on all these opportunities to be ahead. Exactly. And that's happened to me plenty of times where I blocked at the wrong time because I was worried about my health. And it's like, dude, you got 5 shields and a base. What are you worried about? Don't block. Like, let him hit it. And then you have like 4 bodies on the board instead of 1. Yeah. Like
people get attached to their cards too. They're like, no, not my Chansey.
I know, right? It's so pretty. Why does it have to go to the graveyard?
Sad. But yeah, no. If you look at logic and reasoning and then statistics, those will help your game.
Awesome. So, card games will make you smarter.
Yes.
Depending how you look at it,
and more handsome.
That is true. I mean, we're not. Just saying, we're some pretty good looking guys here. I mean, we both got rings. I don't know where yours is. Oh, let's not tell his wife. Anyways, but it can boost your confidence if you have a good group of people around you. And I would say Izzy's Gym does have that.
For sure.
So if you guys want to come down to one of the coolest card stores, community clubhouses, whatever you want to call Izzy's, because there's so many things, you know where to be, right here in Sioux Falls at Izzy's Gym. Come try out a game. I mean, we've got tabletop stuff coming soon, Warhammer, D&D, Gundam Assemble is gonna be like miniatures and stuff. You name it. You just got off watching Stranger Things and you want to learn D&D, come on down. We'll make it happen. But yeah, so that's a wrap on episode 5. Thank you, Jescy.
Thanks for having me.
Being here and just giving us your wealth of knowledge. We'll have Jescy back again, probably for some Magic talk or
maybe
any other card game, because he's got like a ton of knowledge. Yeah. And he's good at what he does. Like I said, this isn't the first time he's got second place. He's actually won several times too here. Yeah. So every time I pair with him, I'm like, here we go. But
it's a great feeling.
Yeah. All right, everyone. See ya.
Thanks.